God damn it, construction workers! I was about to get laid! Oh, God damn it! Every time I do this shit, it gets all over my fucking dog! Ha ha! That is right, traitorous asshole man! Feel the power of my plaid pajama pants! Cinnamon waffles! Waffles are toasty! Now what to do? What to do? Ooh. Hey. There you go. Go even further beyond Super Saiyan 2! Why do I always forget to silence these goddamn things? What is it? Oh, come on, you must have notified me for something besides traitorous dick face. Huh. Really? Huh. Oh. Looks like I got something else on my hands, huh? Hey guys, Heman 1010 here, and today we're going to be talking about a little rumor that's been surfacing on all of these different online forums lately. Apparently, there is this rumor that Nintendo is going to be adding N64 games to the online service, and I'm sitting here thinking, huh, neat, because, you know, I have Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, I know what you're all thinking right now, because, you know, I promised A, the Clash of Ninja review, and B, a Shantae 7 Sirens review. And here's the problem. For one, I don't have a console that I can really record Clash of Ninja on right now. And though I have a Wii U, we can't find the Wiimotes. And the other thing, I found out I actually don't have every game. I thought that Revolution 3 was a direct sequel to Ninja 2, and then I found out that there's Revolution 2, Revolution 1. So, you know, now I have Revolution 2, but I need to go find Revolution 1 now. And as for Shantae 7 Sirens, I'm trying to make sure that everything's alright with some special someone that I'm trying to collab with for this specific thing. You know, he's a good Shantae fan like myself, and I thought, you know, it'd be cool if I had him collab for at least one of the Shantae reviews, because there's only 5 games, so I'm only going to be able to review said 5 games. So, why not have him involved on one of the reviews for that, especially when the poll is voted by fans and such. Thought I'd get someone who's like a big enough Shantae fan. So, now that that's out of the way, we're gonna get into this top 5 N64 games that I personally want on the online service. The only rule that I have here is that I'm not going to include Super Mario 64 because it's on 3D All-Stars, and limited release or not, there's still physical versions and they still want to make money off that. So if they still want to make money off that, they're going to keep Mario 64 away from it as much as possible until they're actually out of stock for 3D All-Star physical games. So, let's get started. Number 5 is Donkey Kong 64. Say what you will about the game, I most definitely had my positive and negative things about the game, mostly revolving around the vines. I hate the Donkey Kong 64 vines, oh my god! And of course, I'm going to get some salt from Brady for talking that way about Donkey Kong 64. But, you know, I still have very fond memories of the game. I think the platforming is pretty solid. I like the attacks. I like how it was something different for the Donkey Kong genre. And it didn't completely bomb. It had a lot of good things. Like I said, it had a bopping soundtrack. It had good platforming. It had good fighting mechanics. I kind of liked the guns. The music thing was odd, to say the least. But, I mean, come on, it had its good stuff. I think it's worth a try, especially for the online services, because, you know, everyone's having this demand for a new 3D and 2D Donkey Kong game right now, so, you know, Donkey Kong is definitely gaining his hype and popularity and such right now, so that would be pretty perfect for it, wouldn't you say? Number 4 is Diddy Kong Racing. Now, I know that it's kind of cliche, you know, you have two Donkey Kong related games beside each other, but I mean, with games like Mario Kart 64, and a lot of people are going to get pissed at me for saying this, I didn't very quite like Mario Kart 64, because I just find it to be a little too slow at times. I can't quite understand the controls. Maybe if I played it longer, maybe I'll get a good handling of it, but as of right now, I just cannot get used to anything that's Mario Kart 64. And it's sad because I know that it has its cult following, but I just don't really seem to have that like for Mario Kart 64. But for a game such as Diddy Kong Racing, I feel like the controls are pretty fluid, it's pretty simple to drive around, and I mean, I know some people have their problems. I mean, hell, we got Conquer the Squirrel in this game, and it's E-rated! This brings on all the nightmares of Nintendo and children! Your childhood's gonna get ruined, and I don't feel bad! And, you know, you got some good item control. It has jets, it has the hover boats, which, you know, that's Mario Kart 7 at its prime. The original concept of Mario Kart 7. Look at that. Donkey Kong 64 and Diddy Kong Racing, I held them near and dear to me as a child because they were my first games on the 64. It also gives me this fond memory of my dad putting my 64 console and all my games in a shoebox for Christmas, trying to fool me into having a size 21 shoe! I am short! Number 3, we have Kirby 64. Now, though people have their issues with you can't have the infinite flying anymore, I really like just combining all the abilities and using them on the enemies. And though some of them were weird, like say the ice and the fire being this weird melting thing and that random fridge ability, which I don't even remember what the combination was, there's just something about seeing Kirby hold a giant flaming sword as if he's Kratos, just bringing havoc on the frickin' spring breeze. It's a fun, colorful little game, colorful characters. It's one of those games that you have to play it. It's super fun to play, and it's just, I know, I try to like do these lists without fanboying over everything, but these are actually unscripted, so, you know, I say what I can about the game and then I move on, so, So, number 2, I had to do some debating between this one and number 1, because this and number 1 are actually some really great games, and it was hard to just choose between the two, but I feel like number 2 would be the original Smash Bros. Seeing that Smash Bros. Ultimate has risen in popularity and is arguably one of the most popular games and has one of the most saltiest fan bases compared to like what characters and such, which not all are bad, but I mean, we got our problems here and there. But seeing that this is one of the more popular things on Switch, if you want to convince people to buy your online service, show them where it began. Smash Bros. 64. The original mechanics, the original movesets of all the original characters, it would just be super fun to see that, upscale that in the 1080p that the Nintendo Switch supports, and you're doing the original Polygon Mario, Polygon Link, all of those characters in their originality, and it shows everyone where it began and where it is now. Everyone would love to spend their money on the service and just play this game. Because, I mean, seriously, I have no complaints about the game. I got it for $30, I tried it out, I already had all the characters unlocked for some reason. I'm not sure if they're saved on the cartridge or the memory pack thingy on the 64 controller, but either way, pretty damn fun game. So, as an honorable mention, I decided to put GoldenEye 007. This is one of the big breaks on first-person shooting games, and though games like Doom existed before it, I feel like this is where everyone started to appreciate the first-person shooting games. And with something like a Nintendo Switch controller, not only does it make it better, because I'm pretty sure GoldenEye, it's like you have the joystick and then you have the Z button right under you, so it's like you're just looking with one thing. With the Switch, you can do many things. You could either still have the joystick and you just move the one joystick for it, then you can use the triggers as the shoot button, or you can do like the walking with one joystick, the looking around with another, like map out everything. I know that this is a licensed game and that it's most likely not going to show up, seeing that we still haven't gotten Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo Online service. But I mean, it's still too good to just leave out of here. As another honorable mention, I decided to bring up Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest. Now, though I haven't had very much Zelda to play, I feel like with this, seeing that, you know, I'm currently looking for the GameCube version of Master Quest, and the fact that people have been able to get the Master Quest ROM and put it on the 64 with either repro carts and such, and it all depends if Nintendo decides let's release it on a GameCube online service, if that ever happens, or a 64 service. You know, I feel like with something like this, you have a special edition of Zelda, that would kind of just bring everyone to it. It'd feel like it would be perfect. It would definitely get me to play Zelda more. It would get me more into Zelda, and it's like, yay! I'm into something besides the Breath of the Wild Zelda game and the Hyrule Warriors, because I'm gonna be honest, those are the only two games I've really played Zelda related. I've tried to play Link to the Past, I think it was called. I have Link's Awakening, which it's alright, but it's like too puzzly for my likings, and I get lost a lot, and I can't fucking find my way out of the first area, and then I try to contact Brady 24/7 on how to do shit, and then he starts getting mad at me, like, how do I barbecue something in the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? As a third honorable mention, I decided to bring up Animal Forest. Now, this was a game that was originally supposed to be on the 64. It was never released on the 64, but instead it found its release on the GameCube, which now you will find it for a pretty hefty price. And people have found a way to, like, get Animal Forest onto the 64 because the ROM resurfaced, it got its translations and such. And from what I played, it can be pretty fun. I mean, I don't play too much of it because Animal Crossing isn't, like, always my cup of tea. New Leaf and New Horizons, yes, but the 64 game, no. But I mean, with this game, with it being one of those unreleased games, I feel like it would be perfect to put it on there. Kind of like how they did with Star Fox 2 on the Super Nintendo Mini. And like how they did with, I believe, the Mother game on the Wii U. I'm unsure if that was a game that wasn't originally released and then was released on Virtual Console. I might have to speak with Brady. Brady's the master of this stuff and possibly traitorous asshole man whenever he gets out of his Bubsy 3D limbo. But seeing that I'm dragging this on for too long, I think it's time to get on to number 1. Banjo-Kazooie! We need to have this game on the Nintendo Switch. I know what you were up to, Nintendo, listing Banjo-Kazooie under Wii U Virtual Console, then removing it saying it was a mistake. That is bullshit. You had some kind of plan to have the games there, but then it got removed from the thingy because you didn't want us to see what you were up to. You had some kind of deal with Microsoft. I know you had some kind of deal with Microsoft. You must have some reason to have Banjo-Kazooie on your site besides its reveal for Smash, because it was months and months later after his Smash reveal. I know that you have some plans to put it on the Switch, whether it's N64 Online or some other stuff. We gotta have Banjo-Kazooie on a Nintendo console. We gotta have it again. Xbox didn't do too well with nuts and bolts. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want my Lego cars. I want my original platforming game with all the jiggies, the puzzle pieces, all that good shit. This frickin' bot music on Tilda's lair.